What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your sweet Zionist prince, Tal the Traveling Clack, coming at you live from Israel. We're looking at absolute more basedness from amazing people who speak out about Israel today. A few clips. Let's take a look.
As long as Allah is a legitimate authority, and as long as Allah wants the Jews killed, then there are going to be a bunch of people out there going after the Jewish people. And if we, as Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, atheists, the rest of the world, if we don't get united, realizing that we have a religious majority that has been determined to annihilate a religious minority, if we don't understand that this is the actual situation, then they will take advantage of all of us. If we allow them to kill the Jewish people today, tomorrow they will have another problem. Maybe the next time it's not Palestine, it could be Andalusia. Because also Andalusia is a Muslim land according to Islamic law, and the Muslims are required to fight until they liberate this Islamic territory. Every mosque around the world is an Islamic land. And I dare you to try to shut down one mosque in Europe. Now the
I love Mosab. I really do. I respect his perspective so much. I don't know if I necessarily agree. Look, I'll be the first to criticize Muslims, Islam, not Islam so much, but Muslims and Arabs. I'm the first person to do it. I'll be in line first like this. Can I criticize them? Let me criticize them. Because I have genuine gripes with them. They've wronged my family. They've been wronging me. They wronged my mom and dad, my grandparents, on all four sides, two sides of my family, all four grandparents. But I do have to say that I'm not sure I 100% subscribe to this idea that Muslims, after finishing with the Jews, that they would move to Andalusia and try to conquer what was once part Islamic land. I actually think making that argument somehow also reduces the specific gripe they have with Israel and the Jews. You know, Muslims and Christians have always been fighting back and forth. And there's always been territory swaps and conquering and colonizing and conquesting from each other. And we know there's that saying, it's like they come for the Saturday people, then they come for the Sunday people. I don't think that things are mutually exclusive. And in reality, if you look at the way that the Muslim world and the Arab world operates, they come for the Saturday people, the Sunday people, and the Friday people, which are Muslims, at the same time. They do it at the same time and at the same rate. Christian populations in the Middle East are currently decimated. They're currently being decimated. And actually, the only place where they're growing is within Israel. Their dynamics are changing. Nazareth is becoming Muslim. Bethlehem is becoming Muslim. Christians are moving actually to live amongst Jews in a lot of cases. Move away from Muslim areas. It's happening. Arab Christians, Palestinians, what you would call. But the reality is that they're coming for the Jews, the Christians, and Muslims at the same time. Sufi Muslims are under threat. Ahmadi Muslims are under threat. Shiite Muslims and Sunni, and sorry, did I say Sufi or Sunni? I meant Sufi, I didn't say Sunni. Sunni and Shiites are constantly fighting and killing each other. So there's not only this concept of coming for the Saturday people than the Sunday people, they come for themselves almost more than anybody else. And this is why I say the whole thing needs to be reformed and restructured. While yes, there's 38,000 denominations of Christian belief. How many of them are actively battling themselves? How many of them actively engaging in war? If zero, maybe a little bit here and there, and maybe mostly in the Arab world. But everywhere else in the world, how many Christians are actively battling each other in the streets in wars? How many of them committing genocides and war crimes against each other? So, you know, I don't disagree with Mosab. I just think the framing of how it is, it's like that is already happening. It's not like they're going to come for you. They're already coming for you. The war has already started. They're not going to come for Andalusia. They're in Andalusia now. It's happening now. the behavior, the argument, and the way that the Arab Muslim world is seen by Christians and Westerns, that whole thing needs to be reverted. You need to start carrying yourself with more respect for your land and for understanding that nobody in this world wants to live under an Arab Islamic caliphate or governing system besides those people who live under it right now, and I would say a very privileged few who reap the benefits from it. The rest of us we're not looking forward to. We don't want that. So we need to actively call that out. It's not a concept of it's going to come. It's already here. It's already happening.